Welcome to Human Design and Your Business, the series. This is all for manifesting generators. I am so excited to be hosting. My name is Amy Allchurch, and I am a human design expert. I'm an energy strategist for business, and what I do is I work with your human design specifically so that we can allow yourself to step into your authentic self, to your whole being, to your truest self, so that you can step forward in your aligned energy, so that you can fully own what your business is, so you can fully own your own power and bring magnetism, impact, and money, of course, to yourself and your business in the most beautiful, aligned, ease-filled way possible. So tonight, Manifesting Generators, I am so excited to be talking about marketing for you guys. Okay, so this will be about 45 minutes or so, and I'm going to have time at the end for some questions and answers. And yeah, if you are live, thank you so much for joining me live. If you are watching the recording, thank you so much for watching the recording. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Instagram, Amy Allchurch, and just send me a message if you need a little bit more clarity, whatever you are seeking. If you'd like to work with me in a deeper container to really make that impact and to step into your fullest power based on your design, you can reach out to me and let me know there. I'm also Amy Allchurch on Facebook, so come find me. Okay, so manifesting generators. I love you guys so much. I love everybody, but I love you guys so much because you are literally the juiciest design out there. You guys are meant to be playful and energetic and literally just full of life. And this is where you're creating your magnetism, literally by being your most fun self possible. And this doesn't mean that you're going out and like having all of this fun. It literally means that like whatever you are doing, you are lit up by. Okay, you are completely in your element with what you're doing. And that just makes you irresistible to other people. It makes them just want to watch you. It makes them want to learn more about you, to join you, to be around you, to talk to you. You are like the life of the party. So when you walk into a room, people are just naturally drawn to you, and they want to be in your presence because you raise everybody else up. So myself as a projector, I love you guys so much because you bring out, you provide me, I absorb so much of your amazing magnetic energy that I am just like in a different element compared to when I'm by myself. I'm really in that projector flow, but when I'm with you, I just like, I come out, right? I come alive because you have that juicy spark in you and you bring that out in me because I'm absorbing that energy from you. So it is so important to remember this about yourself. Because if you're out of alignment right now, if you feel like you are not lit up, you are not playful, you are not juicy, people are not drawn to you, you feel burnt out, you feel exhausted, you feel run down, you feel like you don't even know what makes you happy, that means you're out of alignment with your design. So it's really a beautiful thing to remember what your authentic self is, to go back to that, to be able to be in that energy and to have full permission to do so, because that's when you're creating all of these incredible opportunities, people, situations, etc. to you. The really cool thing about you guys too is that you are the hybrid, right? You're the manifestor, generator, combined together. So you guys are your two types designed into one. So it makes it a little bit tricky, but it also adds this incredible power, an incredible element to your entire design. You just have to learn how to work with it. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, working with that in your marketing, online, in your sales, in your business, so that you can be showing face as your most juicy self. Okay. So first of all, you are also here to make an impact, okay? You are here to be speaking your truth, making some waves, making some really big impact in whatever way that is true for you. Whatever your business is, whatever your passion is, you are here to make an impact in that field, in that industry. And if you feel like you don't have this burning energy, this burning desire, that means you're going to be suffering. Okay, so like I said, you're meant to be this like energetic, ooh, like light. And if you're not in that, you're not burning to be doing something, you're not like craving to be doing your thing, and it could be numerous things, then you're going to suffer. Your health is going to suffer, your relationships are going to suffer, your happiness, your confidence, everything is going to suffer. Okay, so really important to really notice that difference there. Your authority, which is super important for you guys. You are here to be responding to life, okay? And then also so you have to like actually just like wait for something to happen to you to respond. And then you have to wait it out before you can initiate it, okay? So you also have that manifesting part to you where you can, once you've responded, it's right for you, then you can actually step into manifesting and making things happen. And you need to also inform people. So this is a step that a lot of people miss. If you're an MG, you miss this, and this is the manifesting part of what you need to be doing in order for things to be flowing for you. You're missing the informing part. So whether you have business partners in your life, your relationship, even your audience, you need to be informing people of what you're going to do, right? Just jumping into something out of the blue is very confusing for other people. So it's really important that you also inform before you take that full step to actually be taking the action of the manifester. Okay, so you're waiting to respond, you're waiting for things to happen around you, you respond with an and then you let people know, you inform, and then you go and initiate and make the magic happen. Okay, super important steps. Those are going to be your steps in life, in business, in marketing, right? It's a whole process of what you're always following. Now, you may have your sacral as your authority, or you may have you may be an emotional authority. So with your emotional authority, you're waiting for those really highs to like come into the center and for those lows to come to the center. So you're never making your decisions, whether that's business decisions, marketing decisions, launches, when you are in an emotion, a high emotion, a low emotion, you're making all of those decisions at base level. Okay, really important to remember. If you are sacral, it's the okay, really important for us to remember that too. So what happens with an MG is that all of a sudden you plateau in your business, you plateau in your marketing, you plateau in your, the communication that you're having with people, the interest that they have in you. And this is where manifesting generators throw it all in, okay? They just stop. They think that they should quit, even though they're still interested in that thing, they're still passionate about it, they're still lit up by it. They're like, well, this isn't working anymore. It's not moving as fast as I want it to. You guys are fast. So you want things to be fast, but your biggest strength is going to be your patience. It's just really hard for you to step into that. But anytime that you're like, go, this isn't happening fast enough, this needs to happen faster, what's going on? Why am I all of a sudden at a plateau? Why am I not hitting this massive rank, or this is not happening, or I'm not creating all of this money again? Why is this happening? And then all of a sudden you're like, that's it, I quit, I'm done, I'm over it. But you're not really, so now you're stepping out of your entire design. You're gonna end up being burnt out and exhausted and all those unhappy things. You have to come back into patience, okay? Being super patient and just riding it out and continuing to do what you're doing, knowing it will come back around to you, okay? So a really important pillar to remember as an MG is that you are multifaceted. Okay, so nothing for you is linear. So you are not going to be on this like one little path that is right for you for the rest of your life. You will be changing your mind. You will be changing your direction. You will have this amazing idea and you'll be like, I have no idea how this is going to happen or how this is going to work out. And what you need to do is you need to keep following that authority. You need to keep following that or Don't allow that fear or that impatience or that frustration or that anger to stop you. The only thing that is to stop you is when you're all of a sudden saying, okay? Your body is telling you that, not your mind, not your frustration, not your anger. Okay, so important to know that. Also, you need to make sure that you have a couple pockets going, right? You have your hands in a couple pots. This is what makes you really passionate and really exciting. If you just stick to one lane, one focus, one drive, like a projector, you're not going to be happy. And what happens is all of the control that you feel that you need to have gets placed in this one thing, and it's very forceful. It's very intense. It's too much energy in one. You have so much energy, so you need to kind of separate it. So I always recommend, I mean, I don't even need to recommend this because all of my MG clients come to me with numerous ideas or numerous interests or like numerous aspects to their business, and that is perfect for you. As long as they're uh-huhs, you can totally do that. You can be bringing that to your business. You don't need to be stuck in one lane, okay? Oftentimes, those things are also kind of following under a bigger umbrella, which is even more perfect. They're just kind of in different segments of it, but under the big umbrella of that large topic, if you know what I mean. But don't force yourself to be stuck in one little lane, okay? You are not meant to do that. You're meant to have a couple little things. So don't cut yourself off. Make sure that they're uh-huhs, make sure that you're passionate, make sure that you're aligned with it, and go with it. Okay, you don't have to be cutting it off. And a lot of marketing strategists will tell you that, right? Like, get a complete niche. And that is very powerful if you are a projector. It is very powerful to have a niche. But if you are a manifesting generator, which you are, or your clients are, if you're listening to this from a coaching leader perspective, your clients are, they don't have to have a niche, okay? They can do the multi kind of thing because they're very good at it. And that is where their energy will thrive, okay? So don't cut yourself short there. All right, so let's get into the creation and the marketing part of it. So first of all, like I started, you are the pull, okay? You should not be hiding your beautiful energy, your beautiful self. You need to be seen and heard. A really incredible thing about the manifesting generator is that you have a direct line linked to your throat, okay? So a direct channel that is activating your power in your throat. And you and manifestors have this because you manifest right through your throat, through your vocal, through your voice. So being seen and heard is the power point for you. We want to make sure that you are bringing clarity to what you're talking about, okay? So it doesn't mean just like hopping all over the place, right? And when I say that multifaceted, having your hands in a couple pots, doesn't mean that you're everywhere. It means picking 2 things, maybe 3, and then really focusing on those, bringing clarity to each of those. So for example, you could be a relationship coach, and maybe you could also have like a massive passion in health and wellness, right? Or fashion. And then you combine those together, or you have like, this is what you're talking about, this is something that you offer. Then you also offer, you know, or have a part of you that is like all about recommending other companies of fashion or clothes, you know, shoes, sunglasses, whatever. So if you're interested in multifaceted, you're going to go there, but you have to be very clear with your voice, okay? Your audience is going to be confused and they will not enjoy listening to you. They definitely won't buy from you if you are scattered. A manifesting generator energy out of alignment is anxious, scattered, all over the place. So we want to pull your energy in to be the most powerful way it is meant to be, which is clear, concise, and direct and powerful in the 2 to 3 areas that you desire to be focusing on the most. And when you start to do that, you will find yourself, you get more lit up by that. Because all of a sudden you have like this direction that doesn't feel like you're in this one box. You have room, you have space, you have flexibility, but you're like, okay, I also know what I'm doing. I also have some direction. I also have some focus. And then you're going to be able to be more lit up. You're going to really be able to shine your light. You're going to be able to really be passionate about what you're talking about because you're understanding, you're clear, you know what you're focusing on without just focusing on one thing. Okay, so really just get excited about whatever those things are. And the more excited you are, the more you talk about those things in a really exciting way and just natural, like don't like fake it and just like be excited about something. Like literally, like you're talking to your friend, you're telling them about an amazing restaurant, right? Like that kind of passion that you have, the experience. And that's what people are going to be like, okay, I need to buy what she has. Or like, all right, like, what is this, right? Like, sign me up. I'm ready to go. You are the energy drawing your people in. So Facebook Lives, Instagram stories, your voice activated, sharing, speaking, being seen so people can actually be drawn into your energy. That is the first step of marketing. Most important for you guys. Okay, so now going into kind of the strategy into this, the first thing you need to do is really be responding to like your whole creation process. So you guys are very like, right? Like you don't know kind of where you're going. So that's why we kind of funnel you into this creation process. So you could come up with so many good ideas that you are excited by, right? You could have like, every day you could have a different idea that you're excited about, which is awesome. But what you want to start doing is like making a list of these things, okay? So I've had a client and all of a sudden she's like lit up by this and then lit up by this and then lit up by this and wants to do this and wants to launch that. But it's all over the place, right? So again, her audience is confused. Like all of a sudden you're just coming out with this random thing that you've never talked about before and you're just excited about it today. And it's too hard for your audience to understand. So what you want to do when you start to get excited by things, write them down on a piece of paper so that you have this list. You have like a really clear understanding of things that you're excited about. You kind of get the big idea, the picture of it, what it could feel like, what it could look like. You're kind of thinking about it really like in that manifestation process of like a desire. And then what you want to do is just like go back to that list, maybe like 5 days later, or that idea 5 days later, look at it and say like, am I still drawn to this? Am I still really lit up by this? Do I actually want to execute this whole entire thing? Because you might not anymore. You are very prone to be changing your mind, which is totally fine because it's your sacral response, right? You're You're going to be changing your mind. Your energy is going in different directions. If you are still excited about that thing, you go for it, okay? You go for it. Same if you're an emotional authority. Give yourself some time. Take a break from it. Come back to it. Reassess things. And don't just go after the first thing that is lighting you up that day. Okay. Some people like actually start executing things and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Like this was like way too much work. I didn't really think this through. I'm actually not that into it. I kind of just wanted to be this small role in it. And now like I'm running the whole thing as, you know, all of a sudden you become the manifester of doing all of the initiating. And that's not your strong point. That's not where you're supposed to be focused. So really allow yourself to like have these big dreams, have these big desires, these interests, these passions, but write them down. It doesn't mean that you need to go out and market it, okay? And when you're ready to market it, you're still gonna be and then we run with it. Okay, so then what you wanna do is start noticing like, when is this thing showing up in my reality? So when are my friends talking about it? Or maybe I've brought it up in topic conversation to your partner, your friend, whatever. And someone's like, that's an amazing idea. You should do that. And you're like, Then you kind of go for it, right? And then you actually get to like completely run ahead with it and start the initiating process. So then you can start forming it, bringing it to life, put it out there, and actually just like make it a product, make it a service, make it a thing, whatever it is, okay? So you wanna also get that confirmation from external sources. So this could be like verbal, this could be something you hear on the radio where you're like, that's what I was just thinking about, that's what I was going to talk about, that's what I was going to, you know, bring as a service. Somebody comes to you, so a potential client, and they're like, oh man, I'm really struggling with this. Like, I wish this existed. And you're like, oh my God, that's my idea. And then you go with it, okay? So that is the whole response part. an idea is now, you now get to like, it's being brought to you and you're like, I still want to do it. It's being confirmed for you. Okay. So then what you want to do is start like testing it out, testing the water. So this is a really great way for online marketing for you to be testing out your idea. So like I said, your audience is going to be very confused if you just like throw something out of the blue at them and expect them to buy it, right? They're gonna be like, like, what is she talking about? She's never talked about this before. Like, this is new. I'm not giving her money for this. Like, is this legit? So what you want to do is start testing the water. So you could start doing lives about this topic. You could start, putting in your Insta stories, those polls and have people vote for them. You could do questions about it and really start generating interest, generating ideas from your ideal clients, and really just test the waters. To see if you really enjoy it still, to see if this is still a passion of yours where you're still like, okay, I get it. I see what this could be, this big picture. I see, the interest is there, and I'm still, all right. And then it also gives your audience a little bit of clarity, a little bit of grounding, a little bit of foundation of what is to come without you making this big announcement that you're doing this thing. You just kind of get that feedback, that input, and you're like, all right, I'm going to run with this, or see ya, not into it. Like, not for me, not for my people. Like, really, it just was a cool idea. So then you get to really step out once you're like, now you get to completely market it. And the best way to do that before, as I said, is really just to be yourself, to be lit up by it, to be talking about it, to be showing it, to be sharing it, to be experiencing it with your audience so that they are like, okay, cool, like I really want that. And for you guys, you are not going to be people that are like selling, okay? You're going to be people that are sharing. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, do you want to join this? Do you want to join me? Do you want to come in? Do you want to blah, 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 right? You're not going to be those people that are like, and then like sign up. Like, as a projector, I'm very much in my lane. It's very focused. It's very clear. I have something for you. You've invited me in. So now I'm inviting you in. Here we go. Here's the invitation. Here's the exchange. For you guys, you're just really getting people excited about things. Okay. So share your new passion, whatever you're bringing to the world, whatever your business is, freely, okay? Give value, allow people to see how much you adore what you do, how much you love what you do. And then this is also going to give you the opportunity to create conversations where you're going to be able to respond in those conversations, okay? So really allowing, this is like a really interesting example here for you to see the difference between sharing something, sharing your expertise, sharing your passion, sharing your interest versus selling your interest, okay? So let's say, okay, I'm gonna give an example just of what I do. So say somebody in my Facebook group, Align by Design, was like, okay, I have been really like into and like loving human design. I want to know more about it and learn more about it. Like, what do you suggest? Okay, and I'm going to be a manifesting generator, okay, not a projector. I'm giving 2 responses here. So you guys feel the difference in these, okay? So response 1 is, HG has been so life-changing for me. I love it. I use it daily in my life, for my family, my business. Everything has shifted since I really stepped into human design. I'm so excited that you're looking into it, and you could try this book, this course, this program, my recommendations. What aspects are you looking to incorporate to focus on? Okay, this is response number 2. Hey, that's so amazing. I love human design and would totally suggest booking in with me. Right? Do you see the difference? Where I'm so lit up in response 1 with my own passions towards it, with my own like excitement, my light, my energy, and my expertise too. I never once was like, oh, like, like just go here. I gave the answer to what they were looking for. They were looking for suggestions, not to buy something from me, right? So my response as a manifesting generator is da 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 da. And then I also opened up the conversation for more of an opportunity for me to respond by saying, what aspects are you looking to incorporate or focus human design with? Okay, so then that opened the gate for this person to be like, oh, you know, I really want it in my business, or I want to learn more personally about how this could shift my business for me. And then that would be more of an opportunity, a really aligned opportunity for me to be like, okay, cool. Like, you know, I know this person, I also offer this. Let me know if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I didn't go in with the sale right away. As a manifesting generator, I incorporated more question, more opportunity, and more of my personal insight, interest, intrigue. Okay. And then they could even say back to me, like right away, all right, cool. Like, do you offer any of that? Like, I would love to work with you. Then it's like right away, like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You can totally put your sale in there. So you guys can feel that difference, right? So this can go for everything, whether like it's specific to your business, whether you are actually having online conversations with other people, like in comments on Instagram or Facebook, like really just open up that conversation, because this is where life is going to come to you and you get to respond. If you just go out there with the initiation, people are going to be like, nope, see ya. Okay, you want to open up conversation. You really want to have a dialogue with people so that you have more opportunities to be responding. Makes sense? So this is everywhere. This is in person. This is at networking events. This is in like your regular life, like at a party. This is online. Don't be sending cold messages to people. That's not going to work for you. You literally just want to create the conversation so that you understand where they're coming from. You can offer valuable insight, and then they can start to give you something else to respond to. Okay. And then it also builds like that relationship, right? You guys are really amazing with relationships. So build that and take advantage of that and know what your strengths are. Okay, another really great thing for you guys in your marketing, so this could be in lives and this could be in even your posts and your stories. You are so comfortable because this is naturally your way of responding with yes or no, okay, so yes or no questions. So you could be starting your posts, you could be starting your, they could be headings on your lives, they could be how you do an intro to a live. Are you worried about X? Okay, are you worried about this? So having a closed question, so not your topic of information, a closed question. Since you are very comfortable with that, your audience feels that comfort, right? They feel aligned with that. You don't know who's watching who's in your information, right? Who's following you. You don't know what they are. So you're not going to market yourself towards a projector or towards, a manifestor. You are if you're like creating something super specific. But in general, what you want to be doing, all of the designs, we want to be doing what's comfortable for us, what's natural for us. So for you guys, it's yes, no's. It's that response. It's that Okay, so that's how you want to be starting to really to build the trust with people, to really give your audience something to respond to build the conversation so that you can have the response. It's like the stepping stones of how you need to do things. You have to have a response. You have to have a dialogue in order for you to respond, right? And your audience needs to respond to something to give you that conversation. So there's lots of emotional manifesting generators too, which I said. You can also use this to your advantage too in your marketing by really tapping into the emotions. Hone in on a feeling, maybe a really intense feeling that you're very comfortable and very familiar with or recently have experienced, and share that. share your feelings, right? Share how you remember feeling disempowered and what it feels like to step into empowerment, and to remember how it felt when you were completely, you know, feeling shamed for something, and how amazing it feels to be so authentic and so real right now. So talk about the feelings. How do you feel about duh? Okay, so also that yes, no, or more of a conversation, a question for people to respond to about a feeling. You can also just share your own stories, because that will draw people in. You guys are very good storytellers, okay? Because this is where the magnetism comes from too. So you can share your stories. And it just, yeah, just always think of how many opportunities can I provide to my audience to start conversations. So you guys, like I said, don't feel the need to be selling all the time, okay? So you don't need to sell all the time in your stories. You don't need to be doing that. You want to create the opportunity for conversation, the response, and then you're going to sell. Okay, so that is like just like your creation process. You're not just like, boom, you're like, okay, that's what you always want to be doing. And this is where that antsy impatience comes in for you guys, because you're like, no, I just want to go to, right? I want to skip those parts. But if you do, people feel that and they don't like it, okay? You're not going to be able to sell things. All right, so these are the hottest tips for you guys for what you guys want to be doing. So having lists of what you're creating. Okay, don't just go out there and go wham, bam, thank you, this is an amazing idea, this is what I'm giving, this is what I'm putting out, and surprise and shock your audience. That's not what they're looking for. Okay, you want to really allow yourself to give value, and you have so much value to be giving. You just need to really tap into what's right for you, what's lighting you up, what's exciting for you. Also, don't be afraid of the future, okay? Really, you guys need to focus on the present. Because if you start thinking of, okay, well, like sounds good now, but what's this gonna look like in a year from now or 5 years from now? You're getting way too ahead of yourself. You're probably going to evolve into something else by that point anyways. So if you just stay present here and now, those other opportunities will completely unfold for you, all right? You want to be seen and heard, okay? You are so magnetic. You want to be lit up by what you're doing. If you're feeling like you're exhausted, you're burnt out, you are tapped out of everything, that means in your life, you need to start removing all of the things that are not lighting you up so that you can step into the energy that you are designed to be in. That makes you completely magnetic. This does not mean you need to be on social media all the time to be seen and heard, okay? Having that very concise, very powerful message coming activated from your throat. Remember, the clarity is very important for you guys, and allowing those opportunities to come back to you, okay? So putting out your passion about this, putting out your topic on this, putting out your live on this, and openly sharing those gifts, okay? So remember, they could also just be under the same umbrella and not have to be the same topic. Webinars are really great things for you guys too. So something similar to this, because you are here to share something, specific, so funnels people into something, one of your 3 areas. It gives people time to see you, to be drawn to you, to be lit up by you, to be really excited about what you're excited about. And it also gives people that opportunity, that clarity, and that chance to be like, okay, tell me more. Like, what is this about? I want to buy it from you. And then that gives you that time to be like, okay, cool. Here is what I'm offering, okay? And yeah, don't be stuck. This is what a lot of manifesting generators get really stuck on too, is that they think that they need to be super professional. The more that you are in your element, you're wearing what you want to wear, you're speaking the way you want to speak, you're showing up as you draw so much more in, okay? So just let yourself take off the professional hat. It's probably not working for you anyway, okay? And allow yourself to just share your passion as quirky, as fun, as playful, as cool, as energized as you are in whatever way that looks for you, okay? So let people see that real you, that spark in yourself. And if you're suppressing that in you, if you're suppressing like that exciting, like, ooh, I love to like wear these earrings, or like wear, you know, just something like casual instead of so professional, then people are going to be like, okay, like, you know, there's something missing. There's something she's not showing. There's, you know, there's something off. So really let yourself just shine that light so bright as yourself. Do Facebook ads work for you guys? Not so much, okay? So look at your strategy for a Facebook ad, right? Like it's pretty much cold selling when you have a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad. So yeah, it's not your ideal way. Yes, it could be drawing people into you and driving traffic to the places where you want to be, where your best stuff is, right? Like, so if you do an Instagram live and then you actually market that, you could be drawing people into that, which would be okay, but just not to like, not to a program, okay? So let's say, again, I'm a manifesting generator and I have a line. I'm not going to want to create a Facebook ad for a line as a manifesting generator, because that's just like cold selling to people. What I could do is do an ad for one of my lives that's talking about something that is linked to a line, but is giving people that taste of me, right? That exciting, that part of me. So manifesting generators, you have to really be careful with paid ads, with the way that you're marketing it. You want to be completely out of cold messaging people, okay? And that goes for ads too. So yeah, just be aware of the strategy and the way that you're marketing yourself there. Okay, so basically in a nutshell, share your passion. Allow there to be space and time for conversations, for insights, for you to be sharing your knowledge without selling. And it just literally works like magic from there. Like, I'm not kidding you. Things just start rolling into you. And not everything is going to be right for you. That's really important to remember too. You have to go back to that authority. Give it some space, give it some time before you go with it. So is this making sense? I hope this is all making sense to you guys. And some really great marketing too is to be showing your face, right? If you are always somebody that's hiding behind your posts on Instagram and it's not really you, you want people to get to know you. So if you have a product, let's say, and you're like selling the product, people are going to be like, okay, cool, but I can buy that thing from somebody else. They're not going to feel the draw to you. So if they start to know you, if they start to hear you, if they start to see your physical face in a picture and understand your energy, your feelings, your emotions, your, you know, the questions that you're asking them to draw them in, they are going to start to want to buy from you. So your magnetism is literally created from your own energy. That means you got to check in with yourself, honey, before you start your marketing strategies. If you are not in alignment with your manifesting generator ways, there's no way you can fake that on social media. Okay, so don't even think about just like bypassing the whole life part. You got to get that sorted first before you can show up in a really magnetic way on social media. And what a lot of this is that deconditioning, because you guys are so suppressed to be like, okay, no, take it down. You got to be more professional, get focused, stay, you know, stay in this lane and don't be all over the place. So you guys have a lot of things to decondition from in order for you to step into that playful, fun, authentic self that you really are, that people will just love. All right, do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna come over here. I didn't look at all of this before. Melanie is so me. Yeah, I have permission to have so many things going. Okay, not so many things. Let's get clear, not so many things. If you are marketing online, that will be very confusing to other people if it's so many things. You want to be, you know, offering 2 to 3 things maximum, okay? You don't want to go over 3. So 2 to 3 things. You can have your interests and passions that you're not making money and maybe not marketing those things online. You could be showing, you know, your soccer game. That's cool. It gets people to, you know, get to know you. It's exciting and fun, but that doesn't mean you're like selling the soccer game. Okay. So get really clear with like those 2 to 3 things. Make sure you've had them on a list for a little while so that you're 100%, that you've tested the waters, and that you're good to go. Yeah, so we tired and burnt out. Okay, so yeah, people keep telling me to niche, but I love both my areas. Yeah, you don't have to niche down. Manifesting generators, throw that in the garbage forever, please. You do not need to, and you're always going to be coming back to something else. So the more that you resist from it, the more it's going to keep popping up, and you'll be like, okay, but like, what about this? Or I really love this, or I want to be doing this. So just let yourself have it, right? But make sure that you've done the list. Do these things. Don't just throw it out there and think that it's going to be a hit. You have to have some strategy behind all of your amazing passions and ideas. Okay, so Rebecca says, where do you start from deconditioning? I know you mentioned journaling as a way to get back in touch with that intuition. Any specific prompts to help start that journey? Okay, so that's a really good question, Rebecca. And I mean, it's so hard to say one thing because I mean, all of us are conditioned in different ways. It comes from our parenting, our upbringing, our schooling, our relationships, our social, you know, the way we're socialized. So it's really hard to say that one thing is going to decondition. There's some really great, first of all, looking at your open centers, that's going to tell me right away what areas you've most likely been conditioned in. So we can step back from that, where a human design reading specific to your chart would be really helpful. And I think we're going to go onto that next with you. So really understanding where you're open in your chart is very, very helpful for deconditioning, because that's where you're absorbing a lot of other people's energy, right? You're taking all of that in, so the conditioning takes place there. So you can just bring your awareness to like what's mine, what's not mine, and how to let go of that and move forward. Journaling is a great place to start, obviously. Even for you guys, you could just start with like, what's exciting for me today? What brings me joy? What makes me happy? What am I passionate about today? So that you can get in tune and in touch with what's really lighting you up. The deconditioning from that is like, where am I afraid to step into? What is holding me back? What am I fearing right now? Is it judgment? Is that nobody's going to buy from me? Is that nobody's going to like me? Like whatever it is, like, okay, what's exciting? And now what's stopping me? What is my fear to move forward into that desire? So those would be some good prompts. Jen, yeah, I have heard that MGs hold a space and a container for others to rise. My friends and I were talking about, in the past, we felt like supporting actresses for others. Now we are realizing the power of the container. Can you talk about that container? Okay, really cool. So first of all, actually, before you just triggered something, I can't remember, it might have been you, I don't know. Somebody emailed me right before this, and I read it really quickly, and they were like, oh, I'm in it, my friend's in it, and I actually have so many MG friends. And there's a reason that manifesting generators are drawn to each other, because they bring out the playfulness in each other. They're like, yeah, you guys have so much fun together. So you are naturally drawn to somebody else that is a manifesting generator, that is like you, because you want that energy and you want that like allowance almost, where like the permission is there. You guys just feed off of each other so beautifully. So manifesting generators, that's a really good thing to look for, is that like, do I actually have a lot of MG friends? You probably do. And you probably also have projector friends that are pulling you back into that stability zone. Okay, I'm gonna reread this. So I've heard that MGs hold a space and container for others to rise. My friends and I were talking about it in the past. We felt like a supporting actress for others. Okay, I get that now. Now we are realizing the power of the container. Okay, so I think what you mean here is that losing your power and not being fully in your power, because this happens a lot for generators and manifesting generators when you're saying the supporting actress, because you can just be used and abused. You guys have the generating energy, so this is where generators come into, of like, people are like, here, do this, do this, do this, do this, can you help with this, will you do this, right? Because you're like, okay, fine, like I guess I should. You fall into those shoulds. So when you see other people, or you're friends with them and they're rising up, you're like, okay, cool, like what can I do to support you? And then all of a sudden you're losing your own power. So another area of this is you not following your strategy properly, because again, a lot of generators are just like, let's go, or they step into that manifesting power where they're like, initiate, let's make things happen. And then they lose all of their power. So the container of power that you guys are in is being completely magnetic, being completely lit up, being the life of the party, the joy. That energy is going to bring everything else to you. So I have a friend that's an MG, and I've seen her be in her power of that container, and I've seen her be completely out of that power. So when you guys are in your most power, you're the most like not worried about the hows, and you're literally just like doing your thing, living life, like whatever is making you happy, okay? And this is your rise. This is your power. And then all of a sudden these opportunities, okay? So like all of a sudden you're at this party and you're just doing your thing, you're vibing, you're feeling it. And someone comes over to you and they're like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I am the director of blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh my God. And you're like, I want to be in that so bad. You're saying that in your head. You don't say that out loud. And then all of a sudden they're like, so what do you do? And you're like, okay, perfect opportunity for me to respond. Well, I'm an actress. Da, 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 da. Right? And they're like, okay, cool. And the conversation carries on. And as long as you're not like, hey, being in that energy of like, how can I make this work for me? They're going to offer you something. And then you get to respond, okay? So does that make sense? Jen, let me know if that does, if that helps. Okay, yay. Okay, awesome. Then Melanie says, if you say we shouldn't cold call or cold message, should we still and wait for people to come to us? What if this isn't happening fast enough? I know you spoke about patience and how we should find people to come into our funnel. Okay, really good questions. Okay, so the way that you're going to do this, Melanie, is by speaking about the things that you love, right? And you have to put that trust out there. Like I said about that plateau, like people are going to hit the plateau and they're like, well, what's not working now? And it's like, well, is your energy working? Are you still excited and aligned by this thing, even though you're not seeing those same results? And you just have to stay your course. You have to keep doing your thing and not be stuck or attached to the outcome or the result or the how. Anytime you guys get into that, you start shouldn't, right? I should be reaching out to people. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. You need to step back and get back into your element, okay? And then opening up conversations. So instead of cold messaging someone and being like, hey, I have this amazing opportunity. Are you interested? I get these messages on the daily and I literally tell people I don't like being cold messaged, like literally. So people don't like it. Maybe you're going to hit 1 out of like 50 people that they're like, tell me more, but that's very rare. And then 49 of those people, you just left a bad taste in their mouth. So what you're going to do instead is you're going to start opening up that conversation. So you're going to be taking polls, and then all of a sudden you can see, or even if you see people viewing your stories or responding to things, having the conversation. You need to open the door for them to enter, okay? So open that door. Don't be forceful, don't initiate. You want to open up the door for people to come to you. So have conversations, be real, get to know them, get to know, what's going on in their lives, and then eventually it will come back around where if they're the right people for you, remember not everyone is right for you, they will find you, they will bring you an opportunity where you can respond and you can start the initiation. but you just need to wait for that. Does that make sense, Melanie? Did that answer? Let me know. And then I literally did a few posts the last few weeks about not shitting. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Don't do the shits, guys. Step out of the shits. Anytime you're like, I should do this, step back and be like, do I want to do this? Okay. Always ask yourself, Melanie, yay. Okay. Awesome. Glad that helped. All right, so guys, these are your marketing strategies. Be the most lit up, excited person that you can be. Practice clarity, being concise through your words so that people really understand what you're saying. You guys can blab on about things that are irrelevant. So really understand what you're saying, what your focus is, so that they can grasp something. You're allowed to have various niches. You don't have to have one. Okay, so you can be here, there, and there. No more than 3. Okay, up, 2 to 3 is good for you guys. No more than that. And you're going to be clearly speaking to each of those so that you're creating a foundation, an understanding, a base for your audience to be feeling safe and like they see you in the authority role of each of those. Okay, you need to, before you even bring those 3 things to the world, you need to step back and ensure they're right for you, that you truly want to do this, that it's, that you've already gotten the message that this is something that you can respond to. You do not want to be going out and initiating this and making all of it happen because it might not even be something that is right for you. So go back to your authority, go back to the way that you're responding, ensure that it's something that's still lighting you up, that you've gotten the external response, and then you're responding back to it. You've tested the waters, right? Remember, testing the waters with your audience, and then you can step forward and start the initiation process. Okay, I'm so excited. There's so many of you on live tonight. I'm gonna hold space for another 2 minutes of questions if anybody has any. If not, you're gonna wanna rewatch this and just practice, right? Like just literally start stepping into this, asking your audience yes, no questions, because that's what you are comfortable with and they're going to feel comfortable with. It also opens up the gateway for conversations. Going to other people's things or commenting on other people's stuff where you are creating a conversation or you're responding to somebody else's where you're able to give valuable information but not selling. And yeah, that's it, you guys. This is like the mastery of a manifesting generator and the energy and power that you guys have when you are just in your prime element. Okay, thank you so much for this. I can't wait to rewatch and visit your notes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you. And share this with anybody else. If you are interested in a line, I am keeping it open for you guys for one more day. We start on Wednesday evening. Message me with any questions that you have if you're ready to step into it. This is a taste of what you're going to be getting there, okay? We're going to be going into the deconditioning there, all of the things, the soul work that is needed for you to be in your brightest element, in your brightest light, to becoming this magnet, allowing yourself to be that magnet. You got to do that unsexy work and decondition and let it go, right? For you to step into that bright light. So let me know if you guys are ready for that. I will be sending this recording to you guys within the next 24 hours. Sending you all the love, and I will talk to you soon. Please also share this on social media. Tag me at Amy Allchurch, and I can't wait to hear how you guys have enjoyed it. So send me some messages. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, Rebecca, if I took a line a few sessions ago, should I consider doing it again? You totally can. I have revamped it so that human design is a huge element where when you took it, it wasn't. So yeah, it's totally up to you if you're feeling that or check in with yourself. Bye, guys.